careless, non-committal, has no follow-through. So now somebody's sad about a single energy. Could be you, collective, maybe. Somebody was sad about what somebody did for work. They didn't want somebody to help you because of what you do for work, or because they didn't want you to have comfort in your life or luxury. They didn't want you to get what you deserve. So somebody left and they breadcrumb somebody, okay? What's the strength? Slow and steady wins the race. Long-term commitment, big picture, okay? Sticking to something. Somebody, when they get overwhelmed, they act like a player. They turn to, they do impulsive stuff. They turn to passionate energy in a toxic way for stress relief. Again, yeah, this is escapism. This is somebody who fails to lead. This is somebody that's immature, that always escapes. They don't take accountability. They don't learn. They don't want to learn anything new. They just want to keep living a life of instability. Yeah, that's why you had to, you told this lover this. You literally communicated about this person's father or about the way that they were acting. I mean, I'm assuming it's inherited, okay? So this could be like unhealed masculines of this of this person's family line or whatever. Like, you could have told this lover about this situation, something about this, and you could have tried to communicate with this person and they just didn't listen to you. Yeah, look, you could have communicated. In the near future, you could have said in the near future, somebody's saying, yo, I'm protecting my heart and I'm not investing in this anymore. With this Queen of Swords, Ace of Cups, Seven of Pentacles in reverse. Yeah, you communicated this. You could have already said this too. It's like, yeah, you're leaving to protect your peace and your dream and your heart chakra. Yeah, you're going to work with like-minded people instead. You know? What's the advice? Yeah, here she is again. This person's in competition with you. They've been creating all this chaos. Whoever this Queen of Wands in reverse is, this could be an Aries or Pisces, highly aspected. Okay? And whoever this Queen of Swords is can have Aquarius in their chart, potentially. Yeah, what killed this connection is this conflict. Somebody wanted to end something with you by creating chaos magic and projecting onto this person that it's you, collective, that was the source of that. You have nothing to do with that. Your life speaks for itself. You don't engage in this type of stuff. You're not going to compete with anybody. A Queen of Swords is the last person that would ever do that. They're too intelligent. They're too emotionally intelligent. They have too much insight. They're too independent, too. So if you're this single energy, the Nine of Pentacles, that speaks for itself. You're not clingy. You're not a chaser. They were being chased down in a covert way by somebody else, or they themselves were chasing an old flame or an old lifestyle. It's like, you're not, no. Yeah, this was a fail because of somebody's greed, because they held back from you. That's where the failure was. They didn't communicate with you. You're supposed to communicate with your lover. So this could have been a King of Cups and his family, or somebody, a King of Cups now, lost his opportunity to have a Ten of Cups with you. They lost the opportunity to tell you how they really feel because they took quick action to be a player instead and cause resentment in a situation, or confusion, or an unbalanced, unequal give and take dynamic, thinking that that's what would make them happy. But they should have put effort and work into this connection, because that's what would have made them happy. They would have prospered and expanded, and they would have experienced growth in all areas of their life. But this is somebody who doesn't go inwards. They didn't want to see something about themselves, about their feelings. They didn't want to see their feelings. They don't want to face their demons. They don't want to. Okay, well then you don't get to with the collective. And it's like the first emotionally intelligent person you meet, because if this is who you're dealing with, this is such an upgrade. Like, my collective, if this is you, you're like so intelligent. You could have helped this person work that muscle slowly. You would have been a safe space. You're very protective. The Queen of Swords is protective as hell. They're also very diplomatic. Thank you guys. Oh, I'm so glad that you're resonating. I hope this helps in whatever way, y'all. Like, but somebody was competing for who this masculine invested in or who they worked for or worked with for the money. Yeah, somebody didn't reflect or meditate on this before doing something. They just left and escaped. They just were an escape artist. They ran off. Wow. You're welcome. I'm so glad it helps, love. Aw, thank you, love. Thanks, Jules. Yeah, it's like the milk and honey is in having boundaries, fighting for yourself, and working hard at something. Having something that's merit making. So I personally believe that should be in all aspects of your life, almost or absolutely. It should be in your work. It should be in your relationship. It should be in how you show up for yourself. It should be in your working on your personal development. Everything should be merit making and top tier. If you love yourself, or if you want to love yourself, if you want to learn to love others, that's what you would do. But somebody here instead chose this. They chose to betray and run towards their toxic friends or a third party. And you saw that. You saw that these friends were toxic. Or this third party or whatever the hell. You knew that this was going to go this way. Somebody stabbed you in the back for some kind of money, dude. Or somebody could have tried to betray your work and your job. That's another way of reading that. You're happy anyway because you're working on your self-love, your happiness, your dreams. All right? Somebody feels rejected now or resentful or pessimistic or apathetic, like they made the wrong decision, or somebody that's jealous of you. No, yeah, this is somebody who feels depressed because they missed an opportunity. This is somebody that's unhealed. Okay, you're going to keep missing opportunities. You better start soon. Or don't, and be miserable F your whole life. I don't know what to tell you. You know, I only have, you guys, I am one of the most empathetic, sympathetic human beings. But I only have so much patience, and some people have told me I have the patience of a saint. Even people that are like this have a limit. Okay? There needs to be a line in the sand. There needs to be a limit. You need to set that for yourself too, especially if you're in a toxic situation. When is the limit? When is going too far? If you keep gaslighting yourself just to hold on to somebody or onto a situation, you're not going to set that limit. And over time, you're abandoning yourself over and over again for somebody that doesn't love themselves, that doesn't love you, can't love you because they don't even do that for themselves. How somebody treats you is a direct example as to how they treat themselves, y'all. So there's two masculines here. There's a King of Pentacles. This could be somebody with Aries or Taurus in their chart. And a King of Wands could be somebody with fire or Cancer in their chart. That they're healing. Somebody's turning their back on something and they're healing. They could be going through some kind of transition or reassessing a situation. What is this? Give me something on the King of Wands and the King of Pentacles and the Four of Swords. Okay. This could be somebody that they work with or that they were doing something for money for. They could have been juggling something. But somebody's work is protected. Their money's protected from this chaos, this conflict, this ego battle, this power trip, and this breakup, and this confusing relationship. Yeah. Somebody wanted to end a love connection. Somebody had these true feelings, but they didn't want somebody to pour into that. So they sabotaged it. They sabotage somebody from telling you the truth and showing up for you like a stand-up person. They wanted to destroy the spark, the connection, the desire, to where somebody would have no desire to go after their desires. Okay, yeah. This is a bad backfire, and now somebody's wanting to escape. Whatever they did here, it was a bad move here. Now they want to escape. They can't handle it. It's like, this is like a perfect example of being able to take what you dish out. So now what, collective? Somebody's not trusting, or they didn't trust their better judgment when they rebelled against giving you what you deserve and masking and lying and being dishonest, because they're caught. They're caught, and they have these true feelings still. This person has a very dictatorial father figure. They're the child of this person, and this person likes to control this son's energy or their destiny. They want control over their son's wheel of fortune, their destiny. That's why there was a block in communication. They wanted to slow something down, make something unfair, overwhelming, unbalanced, so that they could expand with them somewhere, expand on a tower, expand on the matrix. Yeah, because they're greedy. This is a heartbreaking situation. Double confirmation, triple confirmation. This is unhappiness to a degree that's like a void inside. That's what that is. The Three of Swords, the Sun in reverse, the Nine of Cups in reverse. This is like pure darkness, a black abyss, nothingness, just hopelessness, dark shadow, complete shadow energy. Yeah. Somebody needs to work on their morals, their spiritual progress, and divine love in all aspects of their life. That's what they need to do. That's their choice, though. Somebody needs to put down the burden of this toxic matriarch, because she's the one that calls the shots, and that's why the father acts like that. Okay? They're both karmic. They're both to blame. They're both not meant to be parents. Don't listen to them. They are not steering you the right way. I don't care. I know that's like so hard to hear, y'all, because if it's your parents, it's like, who are you, freaking tarot reader? Like, I'm just telling you what I'm seeing and feeling in the energy. This keeps coming out. Somebody has very toxic parents that hold their son back from their greatest potential. I don't know if it's out of their own insecurities, their own fears, or maybe they vicariously want to live through their son and they have a specific plan planned out for them already. You know, yeah. Somebody fights for image, performance, the way things look, the optics, but they don't fight for their true feelings, because feelings are unsafe with parents like these. These are the types of parents that ignore their child's needs when they're in their ego, which is probably all the time, or when they're obsessed with materialism, or when they're obsessed with winning an argument and being right, and they're upset. Like, that will come before the child's needs. So the child grows up walking on eggshells, and then treating their future partners that way, and creating new partners that also walk on eggshells because they're so effed up because of their parents. And then they mask and pretend there's something to celebrate. There's not. It's all a performance. Somebody wants to rekindle something and celebrate with you, is what I'm seeing. But they rebelled and they took their offer back from you. You just could have been a lover, and they did it for money. They did it for personal gain. Now they're stuck with this Empress in reverse, which that could be their mother or a toxic matriarch. Yep. This could be somebody that was manipulating them, or that they were juggling you with, one of the two. And what they're hiding is, it's a complete misfortune. They're losing like their inheritance, or this is the dark side of wealth, or they didn't get paid like they thought they were going to. There's no stability. Somebody had a real authentic opportunity here. Somebody left a home for an opportunity that turned out to be a shit show. That's what I'm seeing. Okay? Yeah. Now they're under judgment, and somebody's on to their new beginning, and now they feel like a coward to go after these desires because they caused so much grief and misfortune, and they're very rigid when it comes to this, these obsessions that they have, these dark attachments. All right, that's what I'm getting. There could be people stalking you, or somebody stalking you, just being malevolent and cruel. Gossiping, I'm getting heavy gossip. Yeah, this is injustice. Somebody thinks it's unfair for somebody to rekindle something and heal something and become motivated to heal. Wow. They might think it's unfair that you healed. I don't know, y'all. Put it where it fits. But yeah, okay, so now a Queen of Pentacles in reverse. Another karmic. They're everywhere, y'all. They're like cockroaches. I don't know, like freaking yeah. Some toxic family member, or this toxic... Look at this, y'all. They gave away an opportunity with you for a 10 of Cups in reverse and a 10 of Pentacles in reverse, thinking it was going to be a 10 of Pentacles in the upright. No. Not when you're dealing with the devil, honey. And an unbalanced, manipulative Queen of Cups in reverse who just wanted to win, who just wanted the attention, who just wanted the victory, whatever they perceive that as. Somebody's hiding how stuck they feel over this horrible decision, this confusion, this bullying, this inability to have peace. Somebody couldn't steal somebody's innocence, their dream, or their destiny, or what's meant for them. You're celebrating. Could be a Sagittarius involved, heavy on the Sag, Capricorn, Pisces. Okay, guys, that completes your last energy check. I hope that you got some messages here. And don't worry if you missed any of it. I will be posting it later. I do have to walk my doggies, y'all. Let me see where we're at on the follower count. Okay, so it's looking like tomorrow will be the free reading giveaway. So make sure that you come hang out with me tomorrow night. I don't know exactly what time I'm going on, so just make sure you're following me, y'all. Okay? What the frick? I just heard ring my bell. Ring my bell. Again, y'all. What the fuck? That's so random. Somebody's so attracted to a Queen of Swords. The spark is with the Queen of Swords. They really fucked up. They chose the Queen of Wands in reverse instead of the extremely intelligent, independent. Ugh, that sucks. Yeah. I don't know, guys. Wish this person healing. Wish them well. Wish them courage. Most of all. Wish them courage to face their fears, because they have a lot of them, and their parents are horrible because they feed those fears instead of encouraging, instead of prioritizing the fact that your child is so messed up that they're scared of feelings. They are literally so avoidant